So welcome to Snetterton for round one of the CSCC Magnificent Sevens series. As far as I know, it's unique for Caterham racing because it's essentially unlimited. You can have any horsepower you want, which makes it a very exciting series. We run on treaded tyres, so we don't run on slicks, but cars set very quick lap times. Pole for this race at the Snetterton 300 circuit was 2:01.9, which was in a 2.3 litre Duratec car, and the front runners are running around 300 horsepower, which is obviously quite a lot in a 500 kilo Caterham 7. So just fast forwarding through the warm-up lap here. It's a rolling start for this race. The Mag Sevens has a combination of rolling starts and standing starts. I qualified 12th on the grid for this race with a time of 2:07.6, which, to be honest, is a bit disappointing, as I did a 2:05 fastest lap of the race, so I should have qualified better, but safety car's pulling in now, so we're ready to go racing. As we go to the fast right-hander at Riches. Stay on the outside as we break down to Montreal. Managed to gain a couple of places past Tony Bennett. I'm still stuck behind Pascal, and then I catch my hand straps on the gear stick, which cost me 2 places. So Mark Ryder, also another team boss car, manages to get ahead of Tony Bennett there with a great move around the outside of Palmer. So inspired by that, I tried the same thing into the hairpin at Agostini, but it wasn't so successful. And I had to try and get ahead of Tony's car here because I'm going to catch up on straights. But here's Richard Carter up the inside into Hamilton, which is a fast 4th gear corner, and it's a nice move into Oggies, which he holds it. I need to line him up for the straights. I know I've got more horsepower, so I should be able to get back past him on the straights. This is where the whole pack bunches up, which we all thought at the time was a mechanical problem for Mark Ryder in a white and orange boss car. It turns out it was a yellow flag, Marshall's post here. Yellow flag, so we actually had 6 cars going past him under yellow. There'd been an incident earlier on in the lap, so the safety car had been put out, which is why I'm now fast forwarding all of this under the safety car. And we had to go and see the stewards after the race for that infringement of the safety car rules. But that quite unfairly cost Mark Ryder 6 places, which he wasn't given back, so it had to be settled up after the race. But it didn't change the race finishing order, as you'll see. So the safety cars come in and we are back racing again. Just managed to squeeze up the inside into Montreal past Richard Carter. And now I'm really trying to hang on to the back of a group of faster cars. So if I'm going to hang on to them, I need to do that in the infield section here on the straights. I won't be able to keep up. And unfortunately, a mistake here at Agostini cost me quite a bit of time. You can just see the pack ebbing away. cylinder. You can really feel it in your neck round there. You can see as we get into the chicane, essentially at Murray's. That's what it feels like after Coram. You can see the pack is now sort of almost out of sight. So we jump ahead to a bit later on in the race. This is now about to come in for the pit stop. You have to have a mandatory pit stop. Each race is 40 minutes and you can come in after 10 minutes. And there's a pit stop window where you have to be stationary for 1 minute under the rules. So that's what's happening here. Just behind Mark Ryder, who works at Caterham. He races with the same team as me, which is Boss Racing. He's actually in the same class as me. His is a Duotec S3, it's a K series. And so this is for, I'm second in class behind Mark, so that's for me. For the lead in the class. So at this point I'm doing everything I can to try and catch him, which is easier said than done because he's quite handy and is usually a bit quicker than me, but it's fun trying anyway. Able to keep Mark in sight, but I'm really getting close enough to really put him under any kind of pressure. So at this point I'm running 8th overall and second in class from a field of 28 cars. But it doesn't last long as unfortunately Pascal Green has got my number into riches. See, catch a fairly big slide there, but I have to try and fight back. So I'm running wide to try and get the cut back on him, the exit. But he gets too good an exit and gets away. That the two of them will slow each other up racing and I can stay with it, but a fluff gear change there blows the whole run down the Bentley straight, which as you can see gives them a comfortable gap. But I do get a good view of a great scrap between them over the next few laps and for the remainder of the race. But unfortunately for me, they didn't make any mistakes that I could take advantage of. So doing my very best to make it a three-way scrap, but the other two are just driving. It's a fantastic battle between them. I put it on full screen so you can see what they're getting up to, and the lead. This is for the lead in class, and the lead changes several times until the end of the race. So fantastic stuff from Mark and Pascal. So this is really from the last few laps of the race, and you can see up ahead that Pascal has got ahead of Mark again for the class lead. That's the position he manages to hold until the end of the race, finishing 7th overall, leaving Mark in 8th and me in 9th. The fastest lap of 2:05.7. So this is now in the run up to the checkered flag at the end of the race, and after 40 minutes of frantic Caterham racing, you're quite pleased to see the checkered flag. But it's a fantastic series, really good driving standards. It's about as much fun as you can have in a car. The next round is at Silverstone, and then Brands Hatch, and then we're off to Spa. So I plan to be bringing you coverage from all those races.